Hello and welcome. This is Kevin, also known as AWOL, and it's time to do another month review. So February, we kind of got some really kind of interesting things out of it. Starting with this, this was the bracelet that when I made the pattern, I swore I wasn't going to make the bracelet. I didn't see why I needed to, but then I was like, well, it's going to have a web page, and the web page should show what it ends up looking like as the final thing. So I went ahead and did it. To me, I think the intent of it is it's supposed to look like it has a drop shadow. And if you ever notice a lot of my thumbnails and stuff, I love a drop shadow. I think it's really cool. And yeah, I ended up kind of really liking the bracelet more than I thought I would. So yeah, kind of interesting, something a little bit different. And then I decided I was going to try to mess around with a pattern that did like 3 different change ups. So we went from like this size of a diamond into a smaller diamond into just dots. And it was interesting. It was really kind of cool. It was, just a 2-color pattern. Thought it would be neat, interesting to try it out, see what it would do. But then the thought came, what if instead of just 2 colors, what if we did it in 6 colors? Because it's a 12-string bracelet, right? So if there was 6 colors and we just let them land how they land, what would we come up with? And so that led to this bracelet. And I have to say, I was really surprised at how that turned out. Like I didn't think the purple would make it down here, but it did. I didn't realize that the hot colors were going to be so dominant over the center, but they were. And it came out to be a really kind of cool looking bracelet. So I was pleasantly surprised, to say the least. Then that led to the notion of if we did it in a single strand, right, and go from 12 strings up to 16 strings, what would that be like? And so tried it out and thought it was pretty cool. Was thinking the way it sort of melts might be interesting to do for a bag. And the best way to test out if you're going to do something for a bag is to double the pattern. And so I did. I doubled the pattern, and I still say this is a pattern that would probably look really good in a bag. I think though that you would let it continue on and let the other colors kind of come into it. Let them, the blues would be the next one, obviously the green would be coming forward, and let the other colors kind of play into it, because with this it just seems like it's just absolutely dominated by the hot colors. But if it were longer, like in a decent sized bag, the other colors would get some play in there as well. So I think that would look really, really cool. The next came from a comment over on Reddit where somebody had seen a bracelet that was really random. And I'm pretty sure it's like a South American thing where they just mirror the 2 sides and kind of go crazy with it. And the thing was, I told them that it's just random. You just kind of go with the flow and you just build it, and then you just make sure that you're mirroring it on the other side. They're like, too afraid or too much of a novice, I think is what they said, to try something like that, and they wanted a pattern. And I'm like, that's kind of weird. But if I was going to do a pattern of a random, I would have it mirror from left to right and from up and down, right? So top to bottom. And I just kind of threw the pattern together to see what it would do, and it turns out it looks really cool. It was really fun. And but I had started at the top, and so like the middle just ended up where the middle was, whatever strings came into it or whatever. And I thought, that's kind of fun, but what if we started with a middle where we totally knew what we were going to do, just this great big old diamond, and let everything else kind of get chaotic. And so it gets real chaotic right outside of the diamond itself. And then I started introducing these like diamonds, and if I'd gone a little harder with the diamond thing, I think I would have ended up with like a regular normal pattern. So I'm kind of glad that there's some mix going on in there that's not quite, dominating one way or the other. But that's That's what really kind of makes this one. It's just another attempt at doing something random. Um, and I don't know, out of them, I kind of like them both. I like this one's for its color, but I think some of the pattern in this one really wins. And that was the month of February. So, hey, thanks for watching. And as always, don't get your strings in a bunch.